Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK, the YouTube channel that's all about hiking, backpacking and wild camping. Today, be reviewing the Decathlon Forclaz MT 900 down sleeping bag. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the bag, then I'm going to get it out, fluff it all up and show you what it's really like. But I've had this winter down sleeping bag for about a year now. I've used it in cold to mild conditions and I absolutely love it. It ticks a huge amount of boxes. Now in its packed form, this is 34 centimeters by 17 centimeters, takes up just 7.8 litres of backpacking space. Now you can actually compress this bag even more than that. Now you shouldn't really compress down sleeping bags too much, but you can if you really need to. Now this is a size large, it's 945 grams and it suits people between 170 centimeters and 185 centimeters. I bought this for me, I'm 172 centimeters. Despite it being quite a tapered mummy style sleeping bag, I've actually still got a reasonable amount of wriggle room within here. So the most important thing is comfort level, not comfort limit, comfort level, the temperature where you are going to be comfortable inside the sleeping bag. And this is exactly 0 degrees. And that's been ISO laboratory tested. This can be trusted. Now that is based on using an insulated sleeping mat with an R value of 4.8 and some base layers as well. So just be careful, and that applies to all sleeping bags to be fair. They all are tested with an R value of 4.8. So if you use a silly little thin foam mat, don't expect to go out winter camping and be warm in the sleeping bag because it's just not going to happen. Despite its compact size and weight, this Forclaz MT 900 down sleeping bag really does pack a punch. It uses 500 grams of RDS certified 800 fill power down in there. So real high quality down. The higher the fill power, the less you need to produce the same amount of warmth. Now, all the cheaper down sleeping bags out there pretty much use somewhere between 600 and 650 fill power. This costs £159. For a £159 down sleeping bag to have 800 fill power down really is quite exceptional. You usually only see down of that quality on sleeping bags much more expensive. So what I'm going to do now, just going to get this down sleeping bag out of its compression sack and we'll fluff it up and have a good look around, and then I'll tell you some of the features that it has. And this is the storage sack. The Decathlon down sleeping bag comes in. Just remember, when you get back from your camping trips, always store them properly. Let the down breathe. So here's Decathlon sleeping bag out of its stuff sack. It's all nicely lofted up. So let's have a look. So you've got this quite tightly fitting hood round your face. Now it's got a double zipper, which I really like because it means at the foot end of the sleeping bag, if you're a bit too hot, you can actually just take it up from the bottom and just stick a leg out, or just to open it up, just to give you a little bit of ventilation. Now the zipper goes down probably about 3/4 of the length of the sleeping bag. It's got a real mummy style foot box. I think it's about 26 centimeters across, but no zip, but it's really well packed in there with insulation, so you won't get cold feet. If you're like me, I do quite often get cold feet, hence why I always wear merino wool socks when I go camping to sleep in. Now you've got a baffle that runs the whole length of the zip just to stop drafts getting in the bag. You can also cinch that hood up with this little toggle here. Now, one omission which is a feature that I really do like on sleeping bags. I do like a neck baffle. I find them really good. They really help trap in all that hot air. This doesn't have one, so just to make that clear, it doesn't have a neck baffle. So here I am inside the down sleeping bag. Now it's actually got a decent amount of shoulder space. I think it's 72 centimeters. So despite having quite a narrow foot box, it's got quite a generous shoulder space. So for those who don't like feeling too like claustrophobic inside their sleeping bags, the top end of it's actually not too bad at all. Now, one thing I will say, I do like a bit of wriggle room in my sleeping bags. However, when it comes to winter, I much rather sacrifice that wriggle room for warmth. And you can't beat mummy style down sleeping bags for that. The more compact they are, the less air there is inside the sleeping bag to warm up and keep warm as well. So what are my final thoughts on this Decathlon winter down sleeping bag? Now for £159, I think it's excellent value for money. You're talking about a winter sleeping bag that goes down to 0 degrees comfort level and is fully certified, laboratory tested, RDS certified down, real high quality, 800 fill power, small pack size, lightweight. I think it's superb. It ticks so many boxes. And for me personally, I've taken it down to 0 degrees, and it is true to that. But I do follow the guidance. I do have an insulated sleeping mat. I've got my merino wool base layers and my socks as well with a hat on top. So it is true for 0 degrees. So hopefully you've liked this review. I'll put all the specifications in the description, including a link to Decathlon website. But I hope to see you camping soon. Cheers.